got to do with it, babe.
What's love? It should be about us. It should be about just me. What's love?
Got to do with it, babe.
What's love? It's about us. It's about just me. What's love?
Yes, indeed. Nothing but hard-hitting action on Inside the NBA, presented by Hyundai as we wrap up our doubleheader here on TNT. Bob Lorenz in for Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Derek Harper. Who'd win a boxing match between you guys?
No, but did you see Todd
Kenny
Bridges?
and
No, I'm not a boxer. I'm
I'm
not
not a fighter.
You're a lover,
either.
not a fighter.
I know
Right,
a lot of
exactly.
people who can fight though, but I know a lot
Don't
of
go
people.
there.
But did you see Todd Bridges beat Vanilla Ice, man?
Beat him down.
He had him on the run
You
and on the
said
fall.
it best, Kay. He's at an all-time low in his life.
You know, that's. I thought Vanilla Ice was going to try to win because, you know, all of the things about his past.
he talked tough.
He could have been like, you know what? Now y'all don't believe me?
Yeah.
Knock it off.
I thought he was going to A1A him.
Bloody Ice,
He didn't. Todd Bridges should have fought Tanya. I think that was the one we all wanted to see afterwards. All right, second half, we got the Clippers of our doubleheader beating the Wizards 96-75. I guess they're kind of our LA Clippers now, 4-0 on TBS and TNT this year. They beat Phoenix, the Lakers, Dallas, and tonight Washington. They're just getting the job done in a variety of ways, Kenny.
Well, I don't think no one informed me, you know, that Michael wasn't really playing. You know,
Michael
I thought
Jordan,
it was
that is.
right. I thought he was
they
going to
played
play
better without him, though, okay?
Yeah, they played better without him, right? They really no, but I thought that it was going to be a Michael Jordan sighting or something, and they had me stay around. They know I go on vacation tomorrow.
They're waiting for you to get out to LA, Kenny. I think
Go ahead,
is
just
the-
talking about the Clippers, man.
I tell you
I'm
what.
flabbergasted, man.
Well, you talk about the Clippers. They have won 4 straight. First time this year that they've been on a 4-game winning streak. And you know, when I think about this Clipper basketball team, they're playing purely on athletic ability. They don't really know how to play basketball. They're surviving by throwing lobs. They're running up and down the basketball court. When this team finally puts it together, when they learn how to cut backdoor when they're being overplayed, when they learn the little nuances of the game, they're really going to be a great basketball team.
Yeah, the execution is probably the only thing that's missing because they make plays because they have the talent to make the plays. When they don't have to rely on the talent, that's when, as Derek said, that it was going. I think it would be a different situation, and we see a team that can be more of a trying to fight to be in the playoffs, but a team that's going to be chasing people.
Well, they're creeping up. They're pretty close to getting into the
They're doing
playoffs
it
now.
without
the
2
ninth
of
spot
their
in the West.
star players, too.
That's right, Lamar Odom, definitely, he is out. All right, and Corey Maggette. All right, let's get to the Kings and Sixers. Good finish here in this one. Chris Webber, Allen Iverson, not afraid to fill it up, and Iverson early on was not. As he flies in and gets a bucket there, he was 7 of 10 in the first quarter, so right on track for another 40-plus night.
Early in the game, he got a lot of layups. He got into the basket, but then he started to go into the bad shot selection, and that costed them lots of dividends because you got easy layups for Sacramento, who wants to run, and they don't want to play in the half court either.
Yep, not at all. Kings down 7 at the half, though. Derek Coleman, he's looked pretty good since coming back here, 20 in this game.
Not just Coleman, but Kimbe stepped up as well. Philly, oddly enough, had a lot of balance tonight, enough balance to win this game.
They're very close down the stretch. You saw Chris Webber. They're playing with a dislocated right index finger. Here we go. Iverson driving to the hole. He had 32 in the game, and the Sixers led it by 1. Late fourth, though, off the scramble. Mike Bibby gets it. Mike Bibby will shoot it right here. Baseline, he had 12. Kings lead it by 1. They'd seal it at the free throw line. Now, the excitement in the late stretch of the game here came between Coleman and Chris Webber jawing at each other. 2 Detroit products.
No, that's not real because those guys know each other. They're going to probably go out the night after the game.
They're buddies.
They're buddies. That's all of that.
Yeah,
That's
well,
the Isaiah Thomas magic thing. They're kissing. Yeah, out of here.
Here's the deal. Coleman went into the Kings locker room supposedly to confront Webber afterwards.
Yeah,
I'm sure there was a lot of controversy.
He's like, yeah,
and a
you
lot
know
of
what?
heat.
Where are we going after this game tonight? Get out of here.
He just had to shout above the din to make sure they were going to the same restaurant. Anyway, here's what Allen Iverson had to say after the loss.
You know, I don't really care about more victories. You know, I mean, I think we're a better team than those guys. Simple as that. You know, we had them, and we gave it away. You know, that's the way the ball bounces sometimes. You know, now it's time for us to just concentrate on the next game, and that's Orlando. You know, make that much more important.
Is it
I'm
easy
sorry.
to? Yeah, go ahead.
They're not better than the Sacramento Kings. Philadelphia is playing well. They're going to be in the playoffs and made it to the finals last year, but.
He talks about just kind of throwing this game out, forget about it, but you just lost to one of the best team with the best team in the or record in the NBA.
Well, what the scary thing about Philadelphia is that they played at a certain level last year, a high level. And then everyone knows when the playoffs come, you boost your game up and play at another level. But right now, they're playing at a level that's so much lower than they were playing last year. So even when the playoffs come and they extend their play and they start to play better, you're not sure if that level is going to be high enough to get them back or get them close to where they were last year.
I don't think it will be because they're playing without one of their key players, Aaron McKee. You know, he's been on the shelf most of the year, and he had a lot of success in their success last year.
Yeah, he gives them the versatility, Bob. He's a guy who can bring, you know, you can put him at small forward, you can put him at point guard, you can put him at shooting guard. So he brings that versatility. Now, when they go to the bench, they bring in things that are very similar to what they already have. They don't have an opportunity to make their lineups different. You bring in Speedy Claxton, the game still stays fast, and they still have a small backcourt, where Aaron McKee brought the versatility.
Well, they'd won 4 to this point, and the Kings put the brakes on that. Quick break now on Inside the NBA. Coming up next, the Nets and Celtics. Also a great finish there. Paul Pierce, well, he wasn't shy about taking it to the hole either tonight.
Actually, he played better at that.
What was it?
Inside the NBA on TNT is brought to you by the Mexico Tourism Board and by Hyundai.
Well, doctor, I just bought this new car. It's loaded. V6, leather, power, everything.
Go on.
I got it all for under $24,000.
And you're having feelings of guilt.
Nah, actually, I feel great.
So why are you telling me?
Well, I'm telling everybody.
The new XT350 from Hyundai, with the freedom of America's best warranty plan.
Excuse me, you got a minute? Not really. Just got this. V6, leather.
So warm. So ancient. So free. And so close. Come and discover a world of possibilities. Mexico, closer than ever. Mazatlán, get closer.
Michelin, proud to be the only tire of the space shuttle, because so much is riding on your tires.
Critics are calling Resident Evil a killer thriller. It's 100 minutes of white-knuckle action and terror that will have you gasping for air and begging for more. 5 stars. You've got to see it to believe it. Resident Evil, rated R. Opens Friday.
This March, Gibson, Glover, Rock.
It's about time they brought in some new blood. Check out the gun. License. Urine sample.
More drama, more attitude, more lethal than ever. Lethal Weapon 4, Friday, March 29th at 8 on TNT. We know drama.
And don't forget to swing by NBA.com to play NBA Fantasy Live on TBS and TNT, presented by Clarinex. You could win a trip for 2, all expenses paid, to the 2002 NBA playoffs. Big money performance tonight between the Celtics and the Nets from both teams. Great stuff at Fleet Center. Antoine Walker early on with the finger roll. And guess who else? His partner in crime, Paul Pierce, getting into the act.
See, when Antoine Walker diversifies his game and starts going to the basket, making things happen, everything else becomes easier. When he goes to the basket, he's a better passer. He's a better shooter. He gets easier opportunities shooting from three-point line.
Another guy who's not a bad passer, Jason Kidd. How about that oop feed to Kenyon Martin? 2 assists shy of the triple-double. Jay Kidd stepped up. Paul Pierce, this is your life. Third quarter, he took over. 6 threes in the game. Watch him bang away here, Harp. He was on fire.
Clutch performer. You know, every night they need somebody to step up from 3. It's normally Paul Pierce.
So at one point, the Nets are down 8. Is there any chance they can come back in Boston? Are you kidding? No, not at all. Aaron Williams right here. Snakes through the paint, 3-point play. It's a 5-point game. Suddenly Jason Kidd nails that. It's a 2-point game, and then Kidd to tie. And he does, all even at 89. He had 23 points in the game. Next possession for Boston. Eric Williams wings it. And the Celtics have the lead. In fact, up by 5, time winding down. Guess who?
Easier 3 because I've been going to the basket all night. Let me dance, let me dance, let me dance.
He might still be dancing. 30 points for Walker as the Celtics win at 97-89. That's 6 straight wins now. They're within 3 of the Nets in the division. The Cavs and the Pistons. And a good finish there, too, in Detroit.
No, I like this score better. There it is.
Jerry Stackhouse.
Carolina
got
guy.
the bad shoulders and hips in streets. Chucky Atkins to Ben Wallace there, nice. Fourth quarter now, this is where it's all pivotal. Michael Curry, dunkage.
Ooh. No. He cannot dunk with his right hand. That is a great dunk, but it's misleading. Michael Curry does not dunk with his right hand.
Corliss Williamson with a dunk. He had 11 of his 16 in the fourth quarter.
But he doesn't. He dunks left hand.
Kenny and Harp, you make the call here. Trajan Langdon. This is the 3 to tie. But was it?
The referee, like Kenny said earlier, the referee was all over it. You see him right here in the corner pointing it out that Tracy stepped on the line with his left toe right there.
Great call. I mean, I've been getting on the referees for the last 10 years. But tonight they were right.
He was in position.
For the last 10 years.
Good call. 85-84, the Pistons win it, so they had a brief 2-game skid. The Cavaliers, boy, good performance by Andre Miller, but he went out with a hip flexor a little later. Guys, earlier I asked you, are they looking in the rearview mirror? The New Jersey Nets now looking in the rearview mirror. Jason Kidd had this to say after the game. We're still the best in the East, and we're not hearing any footsteps. Do you believe that?
I'm going to go out on a limb right here on TNT and say that the New Jersey Nets will be behind Boston before the season is over. I think Boston is playing consistent enough to catch them.
Well, I think one thing, if he's not hearing footsteps, he's got his headphones on because there are teams that are really doing a good job of playing good basketball, and they are coming right after them. And the thing about the Eastern Conference is that there aren't any teams who are that diversified or that different from the other teams in terms of there's no Shaqs, there's no Kobes. There are guys, there are a lot of one good player on each team. You can look at Allen Iverson and surrounded by a bunch of good players. You look at Tracy McGrady, surrounded by a bunch of good guys. But Boston has 2 guys that's surrounded by good players, so they can catch them.
And they have a combination of good role players. You look at Kenny Anderson, you look at McCartney, you look at Eric Strickland. Those guys are contributing well as well. They're not doing what the big 2 are doing, but they're doing their jobs, and I think they will catch New Jersey.
Take the headphones off, you'll hear the footsteps.
Definitely.
And you talk about consistency. I don't remember the last time I said either Pierce or Walker scored, 7, 8 points or struggled. They always seem to be scoring 20, 30 a night. Great performances by them. Celtics get another win. Still ahead, the Suns and the Magic. And you mentioned Tracy McGrady, kind of a one-man show. Well, he was that in overtime against the Suns. We'll take a look at what T-Mac did. Also, the Rockets and T-Wolves. I want to call the T-Wolves dogs. It's not complimentary, but you'll find out why in just a minute.
It's time to spring into action at your Honda dealer. Because right now, our biggest bikes come with our smallest interest rate, just 2.9% with no down payment. Or ride off with selected street bikes for just 4.9% and no down payment. Or if you'd rather spring for low payments, our Cool Shadow 750 start at just $90 a month with your Honda card. Spring into action now at your Honda dealer.
I'm Scarface from the H, dog, king of the block. We are one on my t-shirt and shoe a Reebok. In the streets rock what we rock. The battle is won. Cross beaming with the franchise. You know how it's done. It's like this, it's like that, it's like this, and it's like this, it's like that, it's like this, and it's like that, it's like this, it's like that, and it's like this, it's like that, it's like that, and Def Jam South, baby.
Is not having your high school diploma keeping you from making the money you want? With Professional Career Development Institute, you can earn your diploma at home, at your own pace, in your spare time. Earning your high school diploma is just one of the many career training opportunities PCDI offers. Look at these other exciting courses to choose from. Get your career diploma in medical transcription, paralegal, medical claims billing, accounting, child daycare, private investigator, interior decorating, medical dental office, electrician, pharmacy technician, or get your associate degree in paralegal, business management, computer information management, criminal justice, healthcare management, accounting, or get your high school diploma. Call to get free literature on the career of your choice, or visit our website at www.pcdi.com.
Call 1-800-977-9400 for free literature on the one course of your choice. That's 1-800-977-9400.
Kenny, if we could just stop you from reading the periodicals for just a minute, we'll get back to the highlights, Suns and Magic.
This is like school. I have like the wrong notes in the wrong book.
That's right. All you need to know is this. The Suns and Magic gave us a great game. Fourth quarter is where we'll pick it up. You see McGrady drive on Penny, hoop but a foul. Magic had the lead. Penny answers. Hardaway on McGrady in the post. Penny a little disgruntled lately, but at least he's scoring. Late in the fourth, hey, happy birthday to you, Troy Hudson. Birthday number 26, a career-high 34. Good way to celebrate. That tied it at 101, less than 10 seconds. Sean Marion. Yeah. Nice little bounce, and that ties it at 109. So last chance for the Magic. At home, win it in regulation, got dinner plans. Go get there on time, forget about it. T-Mac just can't get it to go.
He didn't get fouled on that play.
All right, so we go to overtime, and in overtime, I think he might have been upset that he didn't get a call or something.
I didn't get the call, and Derek doesn't believe I had it, so I'll just make sure that you don't even touch me. You can't get near me.
I think we're all 10 in the overtime.
You know, the thing is different about him this year is the jump shot. Not this year, but in general.
He's making a shot.
The jump shot frees him up to drive by you and have so many things happen.
Like to have more talent around him. Pretty good one-man show, 35 on the night, and as Derek mentioned, all 10 in overtime. The Magic win that one, 119-114.
He's got some talent, though. They got talent up there.
Yeah, they do. Let's check out this Rockets and T-Wolves. Now, which bobblehead is
That's Little Penny.
Is that Little Penny?
No.
Do they still make those?
That's Kevin Garnett, man.
Okay, I think you can get those on eBay anyway. Eddie Griffin puts Houston up by 5 in this one. A bit later, Chauncey Billups. Chauncey's been playing pretty good ball lately here.
Yeah, he's done a great job since Terrell Brandon has been out. However, what they missed from Terrell is down the stretch execution, which we'll get to later.
Wolves up by 3. Eddie Griffin again. That's a big 3 right there. After a Steve Francis free throw, put the Rockets ahead. Last chance for the T-Wolves.
Here's the later that I was talking about. Where's Terrell Brandon, a guy who usually gets people into the right spots at the right time? He goes and gets the basketball. Nope, backcourt to Terrell. Is sitting next to Kevin McHale, probably.
The comatose Kevin McHale, I believe, as we saw him there, as the Rockets win this thing 96-95. His team passes it away. This is now 5 straight losses.
So did the trade work? Was it a good trade for them? They got Mark Jackson from Golden State, and supposedly that was a good trade, a trade that was going to put them over the hump. I don't know.
Well, I think it's going to help eventually, especially in the playoff setting. I think Mark Jackson's another big body that they need out there. But they really miss Brandon because what he does is he calms everyone's nerves in a sense. They play on so much energy. You have Chauncey Billups and Kevin Garnett. He's the only guy who's the kind of, even Zerbiak, but he's the kind who was reserved. And so he was a different element that they had, and the equalizer.
And you didn't like it when I suggested I call them dogs. And I won't do that because they are a good team. But let me throw this at you. Steve Francis said after the game, I ain't never seen the Wolves' faces look the way they did tonight. This is a direct quote, by the way. They looked like they didn't want the ball. That's not the T-Wolves that most people know.
Well, that's probably the first time the Rockets have beaten them all year, too. So
they can say what they want. They're getting ready for vacation. So.
A little stunned.
You know, a little stunned, but like I said, they just don't have that leader down the stretch that they're accustomed to, and Chauncey has to take those 47 minutes and transpose it into that one last minute to make sure they get over the hump.
They're not going to have that leader. Terrell is out for the year. He won't play in the playoffs. So how far will this team go in the playoffs?
Well, I think right now they're a second-round team. I think they finally get out the first round this year because they do have Mark Jackson that's going to help them. But the second round is probably, I think, the limit because it's a new role for everyone in there. And it takes time for everyone to build into the playoffs. And without full strength, without Terrell, I think that's going to be a big difference.
I think it depends on who they get in the first round, whether or not they make it to the second round.
Definitely. Tough going right now, though. Losing now 5 in a row. We're going to take a quick break again on Inside the NBA. Back with much more right after this.
One week
weekend. One network, 3 mind-bending trips into The Matrix, beginning Friday, March 22nd at 8 on TNT. Don't miss The Matrix, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night starting at 8. See it only on TNT.
On March 22nd, only he can meet his old enemies.
They're no longer top of the food chain.
Our forces are ready to fight.
You've been taking orders from me.
To fight a new breed of terror. Daywalker. Wesley Snipes.
Do not know who you are.
Messing with! Blade 2. Rated R. Starts Friday, March 22nd.
It's tough to see things clearly these days. The situation in the world, our economy, your investments. But investing is the job at Janus, and Janus is working to spot opportunities, using the approach that's worked long-term, applying lessons from the recent past, investing in companies that show signs they can perform in this economy and into the next. Get there. Janus.
At Michelin, our tires are rigorously tested. They're laser checked, X-rayed for structural integrity. And finally, no tire leaves the factory without a thorough hand inspection. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Experience NBA.com on America Online. See the best action shots and off-the-court photos every night at America Online. Keyword NBA.com.
The Fannie Mae Foundation presents NBA in the Neighborhood.
You ready to read a little bit today?
All 29 NBA teams participate in the Read to Achieve program. Players, coaches, and NBA personnel have joined together to illustrate the joy of reading.
Today, the most important things for kids to be able to compete, to fulfill their potential, is reading to achieve.
Well, it's cool to play basketball, but it's also cool to read. You know, this type of thing is important. You know, reading, I got a couple books in my locker that I'm reading right now, and you know, that it can read for information or you can read for fun.
Of course, the Little Pig started long before that.
You know, you escape into your own world with books, you know, and you know, I read a lot of different spiritual books and things like that, so a book can take you to another world.
Reading will help me to be the best that I can be.
Second game we brought you on TNT tonight. Why can I not say that? Every time I get to Wizards and Clippers, it's like, I don't know. Anyway, at least I didn't jinx the Clippers by saying they had a big halftime lead, might win. Elton Brand, baseline. Boy, he's just knocking them down. 13 points for him in the first half alone. Later, do the thing. Do that thing.
The bobbleheads.
There you go. Darius Miles right there. And then Quentin Richardson to steal, and he takes it home.
There he is. Wait, could you imagine, what I was talking earlier, Michael Jordan did that every time he scored, he'd have a headache. Come on.
That's true.
Every time.
He just got to watch it tonight.
Athleticism that I was talking about earlier.
And there's the head thing.
And you put that with guys that really understand how to execute, they're going to be great.
And there's your score. 4 straight wins now for the Clippers. They've won 7 of 8. They like playing at home. Got a great record at home now. I mean, everything just seems to be going their way, which is good news for them. Maybe get fans to buy a few more tickets. Neek
has gained weight.
Hey now.
So all those taco things he was eating.
That happens sometimes. Atlanta hosting Denver. DeMar Johnson, the oop from Jason Terry. That put them up by 20. Nuggets always struggle in Atlanta. They battle back, though, to tie it. Just under 3 minutes left. Juwan Howard with the layup there. But then Jason Terry. Boy, it's JT's game. 31 for him. So the Hawks win that, 105-102.
Just playing it out. Just playing it out.
The end. Atlanta's won 4 of 6, by the way. So good news for them. All right, back to close up shop on this edition of Inside the NBA, presented by Hyundai. In just a moment.
Ice. Buy it on video and DVD. The plan.
Anybody can get the goods. The hard part's getting away.
The bait.
She could talk her way out of a sunburn.
The con.
Everybody needs
needs money. That's why they call it money.
Heist. So many twists, you'll need to see it more than once.
America Online makes it easy to do more. Like at AOL Keyword eBay, where you can get the hottest new things. You can buy brand new golf clubs to cruise the links in style. Buy a brand new handbag that holds everything. Or the latest PC to connect you to the world. Get great deals on millions of new items. You can bid or save time and buy it now. Get brand new anything you want, anytime you want. At eBay on America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Call 1-800-4ONLINE.
Wendy's hot and juicy classic double with cheese is made fresh right when you order it, so it tastes better. Wendy's, it's hamburger bliss.
Remember, Wendy's pickup windows open late so you can eat great even late.
Pay gym membership, $55. Pay cable and phone bill, $83. Pay newspaper, internet, electric, gas, renters, and book club, DVD club, train pass, $220. Not needing a reminder for monthly bills? Priceless. Pay your monthly bills automatically and have less to remember. Learn how at MasterCard.com. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
Heist. Buy it on video and DVD. The plan.
Anybody can get the goods. The hard part's getting away.
The bait.
She could talk her way out of a sunburn.
The con.
Everybody needs money. That's why they call it money.
Heist. So many twists, you'll need to see it more than once.
Inside the NBA on TNT is brought to you by the Mexico Tourism Board and by Hyundai.
Ah, yes, memories. Good times. Good times, huh?
Got
That's
the
hand
candy,
checking. That's hand
got
checking.
the candy and the layup.
No, Dream's gonna block this. Dream is
No
gonna
way.
block this.
This
Dream
is
is
the
gonna block
finals.
this.
This is the finals. He didn't block me in the finals.
We showed that last night. I was waiting for the outcome to change. It just never changes.
I'm waiting for the rebuttal piece.
Listen, can my son come to your camp?
He can come to the camp. Your son.
Will he have to pay?
Well, we'll talk about that. After that, showing that, he's gonna have to come to the camp this year. I don't know, but I'm paying. I can't make money. I can't make money on the camp.
At what point tonight did you go on vacation, by the way?
Oh, no, I haven't gone there. Actually, when I realized Michael wasn't really playing, I thought it might be like some kind of hoax. That's when I kind of like said, you know what, this is a Clipper blowout.
Right.
Stop paying attention. There was no more other West Coast games. I put the feet up.
What made those guys
Took my shoes off.
I gotta wonder. Charles is on vacation. We might need you back next week. We don't know what Chuck's doing.
I'd love to come back.
Hey, you can take my spot.
BK, I'll stay here. How's that?
Harp, great to have you here.
I had a great
Kenny,
time.
thanks again for punching the clock.
Boy, it's
At least somebody
time.
shows up for work.
I'll come back with a 10. Y'all might not recognize me next week. I won't recognize me, boy. I tell you. I'll have the milk done look.
By the way, Ernie's back next week too, mercifully. All right, he's going to have a tan too.
He's only in Stone Mountain. It's not sunny in Stone.
I think he actually got a little tan in Florida. That's what I hear.
No, Ernie.
Coming up next for our East Coast viewers, it's City Slickers too. Hey now, never seen a better looking bunch of guys. On the West Coast, you got the Pretenders coming your way. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Looks like YMCA. What's those guys?
The Village
guys?
People.
That looks kind of nervous.
That looks nervous.
That looks nervous.
I don't want to be the cowboy.